Jai Hind friends, you all are once again welcome in the series of Conceptual Clarity Test. This is test number 2. As I have introduced in the 70 days planning of for prelims, in the last 70 days, how you should plan your prelims examination. So, the primary focus I asked you for the first month to have in conceptual clarity, and the other two aspects that I asked to focus on was PYQs and to some extent informational content. So this two parts you can do on your own. On the front of conceptual clarity, that will set the foundation to clear the prelims. Means if you want to clear the prelims, you must have a solid conceptual clarity. Other than this, how much marks you will score well beyond the cutoff, that will be determined by the information you have. So with by doing just this bare minimum, means having conceptual clarity on most of the topics, you will get through the prelims. And uh, goes without saying that you must focus on PYQs. So after completing this to some extent conceptual clarity, I will also come how you should do your PYQs. And while doing these conceptual clarity test, I'm explaining to some extent that how you can open your PYQs also. So, with that note, let us begin. And if you need any assistance, reach out to me through the Telegram. Uh, this is the Telegram group. You can join and find out the PDF of these 20 questions. So, let us begin. This is the first question. Consider the following statement with respect to quantum dots. So, this is a evolving concept and the idea we are seeing nowadays. So, read the statement very carefully. It says the quantum computers create quantum dots. Means why this statement is given? This statement is given because quantum world is overlapping. But let me tell you very frankly, there is no link between quantum computers and quantum dots. Why? How can they? Computers can create dots. Computer is for doing calculation. ठीक है? They calculate. They do some processing. Quantum dots कैसे बना देगा? So this statement is absurd, and with the basic understanding of computer, you can very quietly understand that the statement is wrong. And second, it says these are artificial atoms. Yes. These are semiconductor nanoparticle. Yes. If something is nanoparticle, so based on the size of the nanoparticle, they will have some different optical and electronic properties. So based on that, the statement 2 is correct, 3 is correct, and 4 is correct. So as the answer is asking which of the following is not correct, so these three statement will not be the part of answer. The part of answer will be statement 1. So answer is B. I hope this is clear. Let us see some explanation part that is here. See, the quantum dots have nothing to do with quantum computing. Okay? Although quantum dots can be used in the manufacturing and the some parts of the quantum computer, but not nothing to do with quantum computing per se. ठीक है, so quantum dots are semiconductor nanoparticle, exhibit size and composition dependent optical and electronic properties. They are tiny particle and exhibit this statement I have taken optical and electronic properties. So this understanding, if you have, you can clearly uh, get through this question. Let us move to the next one. The second question is uh, consider the following statement with respect to electromagnetic spectrum. So they have asked the order of frequency and order of wavelength. So let us see the electromagnetic spectrum only, then you will understand the idea. Electromagnetic spectrum has, see, the gamma rays and the X rays, UV rays, infrared, microwave, and radio wave. And so this is the trend. This is more energy and this is less energy. So as you move from left to right, the energy will reduce, hence the frequency will reduce. However, the wavelength will increase, long wavelength. Here it is, the short wavelength. So you remember this spectrum. the gamma rays, x rays, UV rays. ठीक है, you can understand by this also that gamma rays and x rays जहाँ पर ये होती हैं, that it is written that have precaution, maintain safety, ठीक है, stay away, and the sun से ultraviolet rays आती हैं, so we get the exposure, then we get some disease, cancer, skin cancer and all. Infrared is also a bit harmful, but see, microwaves we are using in our uh, microwave at the domestic work and the equipments we have, and the radio waves we have in the mobile phone and all. So you see, as we are familiar with these waves, so as we move away from left, the frequency reduces, the energy reduces, so you can have a broad idea कि हम कैसे याद रखेंगे. And within the visible light there is vibgyor, that to some extent, or not to some extent, it is exactly same as we have rainbow, so that is also here. Now let us see what statements I have been given. It says the order of frequency is gamma rays. Yes, gamma rays is the maximum. Then ultraviolet rays, the ultraviolet rays. Then microwaves and infrared. Then this have been swapped. Microwave have less frequency than as compared to the infrared. So this statement is wrong, and the another one is correct. ठीक है, तो red, see the red, then yellow, then violet, and then X-rays. So this is the case, and the statement second, only two यहाँ पे कर लीजिए. Only two is correct, not the only one. So only two is correct. Let us move to the next question. This is alpha fold and ESM fold, sometimes seen in the news, are related to. See, this is a type of question that UPSC generally ask, in which they just try to test the knowledge or the information, that whether you know this or not. ठीक है, just see, I am giving you some idea how can you eliminate. It is something alpha fold, ESM fold. These are the not name of cyber attacks. And you take one more idea, identify the two statements, those are close to each other. See, ransom attack, genome editing, protein mapping, and the crater. So this is not, you can to great extent eliminate the extremes. ये ransomware attack and crater का कोई link नहीं है. So you can eliminate these options, but not in all the questions. But you can take up the, say, the intellectual guess. The genome editing and these two are related to the biotech. These are related to biotech. So identify the correct answer among the between these two. Now see, the genome editing technique and protein mapping. You can take an idea that protein has fold, the DNA has fold, and protein are assigned here in the double helical form. So in that you can take this protein mapping is the correct answer. My point is, it may be correct or not, but I consider this personally a difficult question that do not have any conceptual part. So this type of question will not decide your selection. In UPSC paper there are sufficient number of questions that are conceptual. उन that should be your priority. वो गलत नहीं होनी चाहिए. इसको आप छोड़ भी दोगे, गलत भी कर दोगे, आपका सिलेक्शन नहीं डिसाइड होगा. मार्क्स कम ज़्यादा हो सकते हैं, बट यू विल श्योरली बियॉन्ड द कट ऑफ. ठीक है, सो सी दिस इज द एक्सप्लेनेशन. दिस अल्फा फोल्ड एंड द ESM फोल्ड, ये क्या है, स्टेट ऑफ आर्ट AI सिस्टम है. और AI सिस्टम का काम ही होता है टू प्रिडिक्ट समथिंग, मॉडलिंग, predictive modeling the 3D structure of protein from its amino acid sequence. ठीक है, अमीनो एसिड सीक्वेंस वो प्रिडिक्ट करेगा 3D स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अ प्रोटीन. सो दैट इज अ प्रोटीन मैपिंग पार्ट. यू कैन रीड on your own in detail. That is the great thing I would have told you. Now come to the next question. It is which of the following best describes the transgenic animals? See, in this question, you see one thing. It says the trans and genic, something related to genetic, but that is not of that particular species. Trans means foreign. ठीक है? So with that understanding, now read the statements. It says genetically modified animal with an animal word is there. So animal with additional foreign genes. ठीक है? So trans है genic, transgenic, genetic भी है foreign, and see all the words are getting familiar in this only. The genetic, animal, foreign. So this statement is correct. Let us see why others are not correct. That is the approach. The only thing we can learn is why this statement is correct and why others are not correct. Offsprings produced from cross between cross between two different species. टू डिफरेंट स्पीसीज का आप क्रॉस कराओगे, दैट इज कॉल्ड हाइब्रिड. ठीक है, दिस इज द बेसिक एंड प्रोसेस हाइब्रिड, एंड जो ऑफ स्प्रिंग होगा दैट कॉल्ड हाइब्रिड्स, एंड द प्रोसेस कॉल्ड हाइब्रिडाइजेशन. ठीक है, द प्रोसेस कॉल्ड हाइब्रिडाइजेशन. द एनिमल्स ऑफ हाइब्रिड स्पीसीज विच आर स्टेराइल. अब यही ऑफ स्प्रिंग अगर स्टेराइल हो गया तो हम उसको ट्रांसजेनिक एनिमल नहीं बोल देंगे. दैट विल बी द स्टेराइल हाइब्रिड. सिंपल, स्टेराइल हाइब्रिड. एनिमल विद क्रोमोसोमल डिसऑर्डर्स, तो ये तो क्रोमोसोमल एनामली है, not transgenic, not nothing to linked with genetic. This can be means, I hope so. Statement 1 is correct. A is correct. Then now let us move to the next question. It is the cyber knife technology used for medical procedures. Consider the following statements. So it is a non-invasive and robotic radio surgery. So cyber knife पे question है. This is related to, see, a non-invasive. Just listen. Cyber means digital, something digital space, and knife means to cut. So digitally it will be cut. So non-invasive robotic radio surgery है. Cyber means something digital. ठीक, तो actual knife is not there, cyber knife. So non-invasive correct, radio and robotic radio surgery correct. When the robot is working, you need continuous monitoring how robot is moving, where it is, where it will make a cut, how it will be done. So it uses real time x-rays during treatment, correct. It is limited to treating lesions in the brain. Lesions means some tumor and all. So cyber knife technology means brain is something big, means something of great importance. If something can work at the brain level, at that critical level, why can't it work in other organs? Who can deny? And even to start with, the brain is not the primary consideration for any technology. So obviously it can be used in other parts also. So this is the wrong statement. The option 1 and 2 is correct. Option A is correct, right answer. Let us move to the next question. It is with reference to the biocomputers. Bio means related to something biology, biological, biotechnology, and computer. So you are using biological components to compute. Again, I am telling you, computer is for computing. ठीक है? So it uses biologically derived molecules such as DNA to perform digital computation. So bio and computer. So this is correct. Basic understanding, not nothing rocket science. These can be used for analyzing firing patterns of neurons to treat disease like Alzheimer's. So this is also correct. So computer computing and pattern identification, this can be done, and at the body level, biological level, this can be done. So both the answers are correct. Both the options given are correct. So now let us move to the next question. It is question number 7. It is, yeah, this question requires understanding and some explanation. I will give a bit of time to it. Let us see. There are types of RNA and the functions are asked. See, this is a cell. If this is a cell, this is nucleus. Within the nucleus, there is DNA. Okay, so this is DNA, nucleus, DNA. This is a cytoplasm, and within cytoplasm there are organelles. Multiple organelles are there. One organelle is called as ribosome. Ribosome. Okay. So uh, this is called the factory of protein synthesis. Factory of protein synthesis. So which protein will be made? कौन सा protein बनेगा? Who will decide? This is decided by the DNA. So DNA decide which protein will be synthesized. So this DNA will decide which protein will be synthesized. So DNA has some code. You can understand that this is the spelling, and this spelling will tell what will be the pronunciation and what will be the manifestation. So this code should reach the ribosome, the factory where it will be formed. So this is the information that what you will make. So this information will reach to ribosome by messenger, and some messenger will be there. That messenger RNA will take the information, the genetic information, the code or the information to the ribosome for translation. Okay. So this is the mRNA. So see what it says, that it says it carry protein information from rRNA to cytoplasm for translation. No, not from rRNA. It will take protein information from DNA to ribosome or to cytoplasm. So this is wrong. Now come to the next, rRNA. This ribosome is the factory of protein synthesis. This ribosome is R. So a ribosome itself have some RNA that is called rRNA. This ribosome में जो डायरेक्ट कैटालिटिक स्टेप्स होते हैं जिससे प्रोटीन बनेगा, so direct catalytic steps for protein synthesis is provided by, means what steps you will take to convert amino acid into the protein at ribosome. So what steps will be taken, that catalytic steps are given by rRNA, or we can say the जो rRNA है is the building block for ribosome. जो राइबोसोम को बनाता है और राइबोसोम में जो प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस हो रहा है उसके स्टेप्स को डायरेक्ट करता है. So that is rRNA. This is correct. Then comes what is tRNA. Then what is the raw material? What is the raw material to form protein? What is the raw material? The amino acids are called the building blocks of protein. Amino acids मिलके protein बनाते हैं. So who will ensure that amino acids also reach at the factory of protein synthesis? So it is nothing but the tRNA. tRNA will decide that, or will ensure that amino acid reaches the ribosome. I hope this is clear. So it serves as the link between mRNA and amino acid. So amino acid also reaches there, mRNA also take the information there, then at this ribosome with the steps directed by the rRNA, the protein synthesis happens. So I hope this is very much clear to you. If any doubt remains, please put your doubts or query in the comment section. I will resolve to the best of my knowledge. Thank you. Next question. Yes, one type of question that UPSC considers very favorite to it is related to the virus. Consistently across years, they are asking different statements or the ideas about virus. Let us see what all they take it as a learning. This is not nothing to test you. Take it as a learning. Make a virus के pointers that these many things I know about virus. This will help you eliminate some questions or the others, some options. ठीक है? So all viruses contain both RNA and DNA. This statement is wrong. Why? Because viruses either have RNA or DNA. Virus can never have the RNA and DNA both. You all know that viruses are something between living and non-living because they are active when they enters in some cell. Okay, so they are not living being in the real sense. So you take the example of RNA virus. This is COVID. COVID was the RNA virus. COVID-19 you can say, and DNA virus you can take the example of smallpox or herpes virus. This is herpes virus, not hepatitis. Okay, herpes virus is a DNA virus. Then you read next statement. So this is wrong. Either DNA or RNA एक ही चीज मिलेगा. Both are not. Both will not coexist. The lichens are symbiotic associations between algae and fungi. ठीक है, तो lichens क्या हैं? These are the symbiotic associations. So this is correct. This is very obvious statement. You all know this is a symbiotic relation. The bacteriophages are a group of bacteria that are found together in patches. No, this is not correct. Bacteriophages are not bacteria. These are not bacteria. These are virus. These are virus, specific virus. Those affect bacteria. Those infect the bacteria. So one statement can come that virus cannot affect the bacteria or cannot infect the bacteria. So that statement will be wrong. That virus can infect bacteria. Okay, virus भी bacteria को भी infect कर सकता है because bacteria are living and they can enter the host cell of bacteria and infect them. So these viruses can infect bacteria and eat them out. That's why they are called bacteriophage. They will end the bacteria when they infect that. ठीक है, तो इन्फेक्ट करेगा तो ये खत्म हो जाएगा. ओके, नाउ सी द वायरसेस. So bacteriophages are virus that infect bacteria, eat them out. So what is the group of bacteria that found together in the patches? You understand this, that there are many bacteria. Those are found together in the patches. Means they are in the colony, or can be said they are in the form of uh, a consortium. So these group of bacteria can be called as biofilm or can be called as consortia. बायोफिल्म यू कैन थिंक अबाउट सरफेस में कुछ लेयर जम जाती है बैक्टीरिया की, सो दैट इज बायोफिल्म. इवन इन द होल्डर ऑफ द गेट. ठीक है, तो कहीं पे भी हो सकता है. द थिंक अबाउट द लेयर ऑफ बैक्टीरिया इन द वाटर, रिवर वाटर. ठीक है, सो ऑल दीज आर कॉल्ड ग्रुप ऑफ बैक्टीरिया patches together. So these are some of the examples, biofilm and the consortia and all. So the option number B and uh, only 2 is correct. Okay, so only 2 is correct. This first and third is wrong. Let us move to the next question. It is with reference to viruses. Again, see, virus. We have read 3 things about virus so far. First, either RNA or DNA. Second, a virus can infect the bacteria, also called bacteriophage. And third, we have learned that the virus cannot have both DNA or RNA नहीं हो सकता है. And fourth, you can say we have an example that RNA virus is COVID and DNA virus is the one herpes virus or smallpox. See, the viruses are usually smaller than bacteria, correct? They reproduce inside the living cell of another species, yes, because they are something between living or non-living. So they can be cultured in a synthetic medium to produce vaccine. No, they can be multiplied. They can be multiplied. If you take this bacteria, cut them out, and replace this with the virus, as bacteria grow, virus will grow, and we can make the vaccine. So it is multiplied. We can multiply that, but cannot be cultured. Cultured means creation. We cannot create artificial virus. ठीक है. So culture नहीं कर सकते in a synthetic medium. We can multiply that. ठीक है. So that is RT-PCR टेस्ट जो हुआ करता था, उसमें हम वायरस को, आरएनए वायरस को हम मल्टीप्लाई करते थे. So that was not culture, that was multiplication. So statement 1 and 2 is correct, not the third one. Answer is A. ये डिफरेंस याद रखना, कल्चर्ड एंड मल्टीप्लिकेशन. Reverse transcriptase, polymeric chain reaction means we used to multiply that. ठीक है. Then come to the next question. This is question number 10 and the last question for the science. This is Zeno. Understand, in science you have to understand the meaning of the word, divide it, break it, link with the question. You will with all possibility get the correct answer. Xenotransplantation. See, xeno means something foreign, outside. ठीक है, something outside, foreign, आपका within the body का नहीं है. Then transplantation means you are transplanting something. ठीक है. Now read the statement. We are starting from the last one. It is the procedure for racial treatment and plant breeding. You have to just transplant, you have to change something, means from entire body or say particular equipment, you have to change just one part. So by plant breeding, that is not the case, है ना? So this is the wrong statement. It is the growth of a body part. बॉडी पार्ट का ग्रोथ नहीं कराना है. वी आर नॉट क्रिएटिंग द बॉडी पार्ट. ठीक है. Then it is a replacement of the missing body part by artificial device. So that is called prosthetics. जो आपको मिस हो गया, that you are giving artificially. So that is called prosthetics है ना. Read the first one. It involves the transplantation of the animal cells organs into the human body. This is correct. Zero means foreign, not of human, and human का transplantation आपको कराना है. फॉरेन बॉडी का किसी एनिमल का वो ट्रांसप्लांट करा है. सो द फर्स्ट वन इज करेक्ट. देन let us move to the next question. This is for this video, this question is question number 11, but for polity this is the first question. Let us see, which of the following is mentioned in the Constitution of India? Mentioned in the Constitution of India. This is the basic format UPSC generally asks the question, so I have taken one in that way. Read. A person will lose its citizenship, mentioned in the Constitution, lose its citizenship if he or she voluntarily acquires the citizenship of any foreign country. I told you in the last CCT1 that a termination and acquisition of citizenship is dealt by a Citizenship Act of 1955. एंड मैंने आपको उसमें दिखाया था कि टर्मिनेशन के 3 तरीके थे. ठीक है. द टर्मिनेशन, द deprivation, the renunciation. But this voluntarily acquiring the citizenship of any foreign country and the person will lose the citizenship is mentioned in the Constitution. Let us see. See, Article 9. Person voluntarily acquiring citizenship of a foreign state not to be a citizen. No person shall be a citizen if he voluntarily acquired the citizenship of the foreign state. So it is mentioned in the Constitution also. But in detail, all the 3 terminations way is mentioned in Citizenship Act. So this statement is correct. Second, tenure of the members in the Rajya Sabha is 6 years, but it is not mentioned in the Constitution. No confidence motion, not mentioned in the Constitution. This is mentioned, this is mentioned. So answer will be 1, 4 and 5. 1, 4 and 5. Answer is D. Let me explain you and show you the answers or the sources where it is mentioned. Tenure of the Rajya Sabha. See, this is Representation of People Act of 1951. Means में आपके syllabus में mention है. You should look up in some way. See, in this act of 1951, there is one section called this 154, term of the office of the members of the Council of State. So this term is mentioned in the Act of the Parliament of 1951 RPA, Representation of the People Act. So what it is written? See 154. Subject to the provisions of this and this, the term of the office of the members of the Council of State, other than the member chosen to fill the vacancy, casual vacancy, shall be 6 year. Because अगर 6 साल का टेन्योर है एंड बीच में इफ समवन डाइज और वैकेंसी क्रिएट हो जाती है, दिस इज कैजुअल वैकेंसी. So for that the member will remain in office for remainder of the term, not for 6 months. ये भी आप याद रखना. So it is mentioned in the constitution? No. It is mentioned in the Act of the Parliament, RPA Act, and in general 6 year का tenure है, but for the casual vacancy the remainder of the term. So I hope this is clear. Now let us move to the next. Next word was internal disturbance. Although from Article 352 with the subsequent amendment, internal disturbance is not the criteria to impose the national emergency. This was removed by 44th Amendment of the Constitution of India. However, Article 355 mentions the duty of the Union to protect the state against external aggression and internal disturbance. So this word internal disturbance is there in Article 355. However, it is not there in 352. But it is mentioned in the Constitution. Okay. Now next, see 352. I have asked the word Union Cabinet whether it is mentioned in or not. So it is mentioned. See, unless decision of the Union Cabinet. Okay. See, the President shall not issue the proclamation under Clause 1, means related to the national emergency, varying such proclamation unless decision of the Union Cabinet. Say the what is cabinet? It is also defined. So you see, the word Union Cabinet is mentioned. Yes. Whether it was mentioned in the original constitution? No. Original constitution में mention नहीं था. They have provided a check to check against misuse of national emergency provision. यूनियन कैबिनेट का रिटन हमको चाहिए communication. See, has been communicated to him in writing. Him means president of India. तब वो प्रोक्लेमेशन इशू कर सकते हैं जब वो राइटिंग में देगा. ठीक है, बिकॉज इट वाज सेड दैट मिस गांधी हैज बेस्ड, मतलब उन्होंने पहले प्रेसिडेंट से लगवा दिया इमरजेंसी, आप उसके बाद कैबिनेट को बताया एंड सेड कि ठीक है कैबिनेट का हो गया. सो हियर दिस इज अ चेक प्लेस्ड for against the misuse of the national emergency. And it again, it's a whether Union Cabinet just word is mentioned or it has been defined. Yes, it has been defined. That is to say, the council consisting of the Prime Minister and other ministers of the cabinet rank appointed under Article 3 under Article 75. So these three things you must be clear that Union Cabinet word is there, not in original constitution, added by 44th Amendment Act of Constitution of India, and Union Cabinet is also defined in the Constitution. With that understanding, let us move to the next question. It is as per Article 366 of the Constitution of India. This Article 366 dealt with the definition. Okay, so what is the meaning of Anglo-Indian? What is the meaning of goods and services tax? What is scheduled caste? And what is scheduled tribe? So these four things have been asked. Let us see one by one. The Anglo-Indian means a person whose parents or any of whose other progenitor, is or was the European descent, but domicile within the territory of India and is or was born within such territory of parents habitually resident and this ठीक है, ये सब लिखा है. Not for temporary purpose, not established here there for temporary purpose. Let us read from what is given in the Constitution. This is Article 366 definition. Multiple definitions are given. Anglo-Indian. So it says that means the person whose father or any of whose male progenitor or male line, European descent, So see, again, male word is dominating. So I have written here in the statement or in the option that any of whose progenitor. So that's why this statement is wrong. Focus is on male, male progenitor, male uh, extension. ठीक है? Then it says the goods and services tax means any tax on supply of goods or services or both, except taxes on supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption. So कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया ने एल्कोहल कंजम्पशन, जो ह्यूमन एल्कोहल का ह्यूमन कंजम्पशन होता है, उस पे जीएसटी नहीं लगेगा. दैट हैज बीन केप्ट आउटसाइड द जीएसटी बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. Means if you want to include the alcoholic liquor for human consumption part of GST, then you have to amend the constitution. But if you bring electricity, that does not require the GST amendment to the constitution. Electricity is also outside GST, but वो उसके लिए आपको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने मना नहीं किया है. This can be done at the GST council level. But for human consumption alcohol, इसके लिए अमेंड करना पड़ेगा. सो दिस इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड एंड आई वांट टू demonstrate that here. Read this. It says GST means tax on supply on goods and services, both except taxes on the supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption. This is correct. समझ आया? ठीक है. Now let us move to the next question. It says scheduled caste can include people from designated caste, race and tribe. क्या शेड्यूल्ड कास्ट में कास्ट, रेस और ट्राइब तीनों हो सकते हैं? दे हैव आस्क्ड दिस. एंड शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब इंक्लूड पीपल डेजिग्नेटेड कास्ट, रेस एंड ट्राइब. सो ये क्वेश्चन है कि कौन रेस, कास्ट और ट्राइब तीनों को इंक्लूड करेगा. लेट अस सी. शेड्यूल्ड मीन्स शेड्यूल्ड इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. शेड्यूल्ड कास्ट का मीन्स कास्ट, रेस एंड ट्राइब और part of or group within such caste, race and tribe as deemed under 341. So means designated by the president. ठीक है, तो वो होंगे जो रेस, कास्ट और ट्राइब तीनों के हो सकते हैं. बट शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब की जब बात आती है, इन दैट ओनली ट्राइब वर्ड इज मेंशन्ड. द रेस, caste and race is not mentioned. So this understanding, and this has been asked by UPSC, not in CSE but in other exam. That's why I have taken this. ठीक है. So let us see. So in case of scheduled tribe, designated tribe होगा केवल, not caste and race. But in case of scheduled caste, it can be caste, race and tribe. So third statement is correct and the second statement is correct. So the answer will be 2 and 3. The first one and the fourth one is incorrect. I hope this is clear. Now let us move to the next question. The next question is, see, yeah. Which of the following adjectives are present for word republic in the preamble of the original constitution of India? Question is about the original constitution of India. So original constitution, now see what we have today. We the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So we have these four adjectives. Sovereign, socialist and secular were later added through 42nd Constitution Amendment Act. So democratic and sovereign, these two words were there. So answer is D, democratic and sovereign. See, sovereign, socialist, democratic, sovereign, socialist, democratic, ये ओरिजिनल वर्ड यहाँ पे आपको ध्यान रखना था, ये मिस नहीं करना है. ठीक है. See, this is the preamble, the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So these two words were added later on through 42nd. एक बार इसको पढ़ लेना. And one more thing I want to show, that integrity word is not adjective to the republic, and sovereign, socialist, तो ठीक है, that is what it is. I would have explained. Then Uh, which of the following were added through 74th Constitutional Amendment Act? Take a pause and attempt it. Then let me know your answer. I am explaining it now. See, 11th schedule added through 73rd Constitution Amendment Act. So answer A, B or ये नहीं होगा. Then you see 2, 5, 6 and 2, 5 and 6 is common. Just answer is रुकता है 3 and 4 पे. Whether 3 and 4 added through 74th Amendment, just understand this part. So District Planning Committee and District Metropolitan Committee, Committee for Metropolitan Planning, these two were added through 74th. This is clear from this options only. You have to think about these two. So let us see. This has been added through State Election Commission is added through 243K and Finance Commission state वाला added through 243I. ठीक है. So these two were added by 73rd Constitution Amendment Act. ठीक है. So answer will be A. Now let us explain. See, constitutional parts in that this is through 73rd, this is 74th Constitution Amendment Act. Constitution Amendment Act. See, 43 से 43O तक जो आर्टिकल है, these are part of पंचायत. 73rd से जोड़े गए. So 243K and I, Election Commission and Finance Commission, were added through 73rd, not through 74th. ठीक है. This is clear. And now see, okay, election panchayat. So this election commission vested in state election commission. So its relevant article is 243K. ठीक है. And this all you can see. Now 243I, Constitution of the Finance Commission for the state. ठीक है. तो I से है. This I have explained. Then see, 243ZD. This is District Committee for District Planning. This is part of 74th. ठीक है. District Planning. And then Metropolitan Planning. This is ZE. So this is again 74th से है. ठीक है. Now next question. This is good question. See, this requires clarity and understanding. Quorum. Take a minute, take a pause and attempt it. Then I will explain. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Parliamentary Committee and GST Council. One more question I can ask. Which of the following किसका quorum is mentioned in the constitution? Mentioned in the constitution. So let us see. First I will attempt explain this question, then this. See, Lok Sabha 1/10 of the total members of the house including speaker. Correct. Rajya Sabha 1/10 total members of the house. Correct. Parliamentary committee 1/3 of the total members of the committee. Correct. GST council 50%. Correct. All the statements are correct. This is learning. Take it, learn it. I will explain how. But see, for Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, it is in the constitution. For parliamentary committee, it is in the rules of the house. For GST council, it is in the constitution. So if it is asked that which kiska quorum is mentioned in the constitution, so answer will be 1, 2 and 4. Let me show you the article 100. ठीक है. Read this. Until parliament by law otherwise provides the quorum to constitute a meeting of either house of the parliament. Either house means either can be Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha, shall be 1/10 of the total numbers of members of the house. In Lok Sabha, I have written including speaker. This is correct because speaker is also member of the house. Speaker is also member of the house. However, in case of Rajya Sabha, I have written members of the house, not including chairman, because chairman is not the member of the house. So इस लोकसभा के केस में 1/10 including speaker होगा. ठीक है. Now let us see. This is the rule of Lok Sabha. ये लोकसभा के रूल्स हैं. In that you see parliamentary committee is the chapter means 26. 26 is the chapter, or section 2, rule 259, quorum in committee. Quorum in committee 259 c. Quorum in committee. The quorum to constitute a sitting of the committee shall be as near as may be one third total members of the committee. So this is mentioned in the rule, not in the constitution for the committee. Now see 279A. ठीक है, GST council. See, one half of the of total number of members of the GST council shall constitute the quorum of its meeting. So GST council का जो quorum है, that is mentioned in the constitution. So I hope now the question is very very clear. Now next move to the next question. This is about the private member. What it is? Any member of the house other than the members of the ruling party or coalition is called as private. It is other than. There is a member. If this member रूलिंग पार्टी का नहीं है और उस कोलिशन का नहीं है तो उसे प्राइवेट मेंबर कहेंगे. नो, दिस इज नॉट करेक्ट. प्राइवेट मेंबर इज अ मेंबर हु इज नॉट अ मिनिस्टर. दैट कैन बी ऑफ रूलिंग पार्टी और इवन अदर देन रूलिंग पार्टी. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग. सो प्राइवेट मेंबर की अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्लियर रखना. प्राइवेट मेंबर इज द वन हु इज नॉट अ मिनिस्टर, हु इज नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ एग्जीक्यूटिव. इवन रूलिंग पार्टी के मेंबर एग्जीक्यूटिव का पार्ट नहीं होते हैं इफ दे आर नॉट मिनिस्टर. ठीक है, सो दिस अंडरस्टैंडिंग यू मस्ट हैव. अ क्वेश्चन, सो द फर्स्ट इज रॉन्ग, so your first statement is also wrong. The question in the house, a question in the house of the parliament can be addressed by a member to a private member. Yes, this is true. So second statement is sahi hai, इसलिए third option is wrong because 2 is here only. Now read the third statement. The speaker can certify any bill as a private member bill. No, ऐसा कुछ सर्टिफाई करने की जरूरत होती नहीं है. जस्ट बिकॉज मिनिस्टर नहीं इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहा है बिल को मीन्स वो गवर्नमेंट का बिल नहीं है, इसलिए वो प्राइवेट मेंबर बिल है. बिकॉज मिनिस्टर इज पार्ट ऑफ एग्जीक्यूटिव एंड गवर्नमेंट. सो ऑप्शन थर्ड इज ऑल्सो रॉन्ग. ऑप्शन थर्ड इज रॉन्ग. स्पीकर कैन सर्टिफाई? नो, नो नीड ऑफ सर्टिफिकेशन. प्राइवेट मेंबर ऑफ द लोकसभा कैन नॉट इंट्रोड्यूस मनी बिल. दिस इज रॉन्ग. ठीक है, प्राइवेट मेंबर कैन इंट्रोड्यूस द मनी बिल. आई विल शो यू. नाउ नेक्स्ट देख लें क्या पहले ऑप्शन, या लेट अस सी. See, answer you have got. Answer is B. The 2 and 5th and the and 6th. ठीक है, because money bill private member issue कर सकता है. Let me explain you. See, question to private members. क्या कोई मेंबर पार्लियामेंट का प्राइवेट मेंबर से सवाल पूछ सकता है? यस, दे कैन. रूल्स ऑफ द लोकसभा में लिखा है रूल 40. A question may be addressed to the private member. क्या पूछेगा प्राइवेट मेंबर से? गवर्नमेंट के बारे में तो कुछ है नहीं उसमें, उसे गवर्नमेंट का कुछ पता नहीं बिकॉज नॉट पार्ट ऑफ एग्जीक्यूटिव. दे कैन आस्क टू द प्राइवेट मेंबर कि आप कोई बिल लाने वाले थे, सम बिल या सम रेजोल्यूशन जो वो पर्टिकुलर मेंबर लाना चाहता था. सो दैट कैन बी आस्क्ड फ्रॉम द प्राइवेट मेंबर. सो क्वेश्चन तो पूछा ही जा सकता है. क्वेश्चन कैन बी स्टार, अनस्टार्ड. All this I can take in some questions. Next, see, this is uh, see, question to the private member, rule 40 of the Lok Sabha. Now see, these are the bills so far passed in the parliament as a private member bill. ये टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया ने निकाला था एंड इट इज अवेलेबल आल्सो इन द लोकसभा की जो वेबसाइट है उसमें भी है, यू कैन चेक. See, there are 14 bills so far passed. अभी तक 14 बिल पास किए गए हैं. कौन से? प्राइवेट मेंबर बिल. लास्ट बिल was passed in 1969. Now, so no bill is passed in no bill in 21st century. ठीक है, अब बात आती है वेदर मनी बिल हो सकता है या नहीं. मनी बिल प्राइवेट मेंबर इशू कर सकता है नहीं, बिकॉज अवर लवली बुक द लक्ष्मीकांत सेज नो, है ना, एंड द रीजन दे गिव इज वेरी एब्सर्ड. सो सी, दिस इज द bill, the salary and allowances of the members of the parliament bill of 1964, and this is passed. So money bill can be introduced by the private member and it can be passed also, and it has happened. So empirical evidence says that it is possible. So Raghunath Singh was the private member who introduced the bill, and it was passed, salary and allowances of the members of the parliament bill of 1964. Okay, so this is the case. Now you see, a question can be addressed. Rule 40 of the Lok Sabha: private member cannot introduce the money bill. This is wrong because I've already shown you that it was possible. ठीक है, and 21st century में no private member bill has been passed. ये सही है. So answer is 2, 5 and 6. Some people will say because money will require the assent of uh, the president of India. So what is the problem? President of India can be approached even by the normal citizen of India. Then why cannot a private member? Private member will send the bill, can get approval, can be introduced, can get passed, again can get assent. No problem at all, and it has been done. Okay, so there is no problem. So constitutionally and legally there is no problem, but politically they can create a problem. No, 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 no. How can they? They will take the credit that they have done that. So all this political drama can happen any day. Okay, so let us move to the next question. I hope this understanding is clear now. You correct that particular thing what was missing in your book of Lakshmikant. Anyway, consider the following statement with respect to the power to exercise the respective function. Adjournment is done by speaker, correct? A dissolution is done by the president of India, correct? Prorogue is done by again president of India, and decide disqualification of a speaker due to defection under schedule 10. See, शेड्यूल 10 में डिफेक्शन की वजह से जो डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन होता है उसकी बात होती है. सो यू ऑल नो दैट स्पीकर डिसाइड्स व्हेन इट कम्स टू डिफेक्शन की वजह से डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन. स्पीकर डिसाइड्स फॉर एवरी मेंबर, फॉर एवरी एमपी. Who will decide for a speaker whether speaker has defected or not? For that disqualification, who will decide? The option given is the president of India. No, this is not correct. Read the schedule 10. You will find the answer. I will show you in a minute. Decide disqualification of MP for holding the office of prophet. That is decided by the Election Commission of India. No. It is decided by President of India based on the recommendation of the ECI. So that's why this is wrong, and this is wrong. 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Let me explain. See how the cycle works. President adjournment and all. See, the summon करेगा सबसे पहले पार्लियामेंट को president. Then after some time the first sitting will happen. Then session is on. अब session start हो गया इधर से first sitting से. So session does not start from the day of summoning. Session will start from the first sitting of the house. Then in meanwhile कुछ हल्ला हो गया, कुछ fight हो गया, कुछ dispute हो गए, conflict हो गया, then adjournment can be done by the speaker. ठीक है? Then someday without giving any date, the speaker will tell you, okay, for 1 hour or for 1 day it had been adjourned. उस दिन आ जाएंगे. Something called adjournment sine die without giving date. If speaker adjourn the house, so that is done by the speaker or the presiding officer. And adjournment sine die के बाद अगर prorogue हो गया, सो अर्जनमेंट से सिटिंग एंड होता है, सिटिंग एंड होता है अर्जनमेंट से. ओके, सो with adjournment the sitting will end and with prorogation से जो प्रेसिडेंट करता है सेशन विल एंड. सो सेशन को सम्मन भी प्रेसिडेंट करेगा और सेशन को खत्म भी प्रेसिडेंट करेगा, बट बीच में जो सिटिंग है उसको खत्म कर सकता है स्पीकर. आई होप नाउ दिस अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज क्लियर. व्हाट यू आर एंडिंग, whether you are ending the sitting or the session, if sitting is ending, done by speaker or the presiding officer. If session is ending, done by the president of India or at the state level governor. Again the governor will president will summon the house, first sitting will happen, adjournment by the speaker, prorogue by the president, dissolve अगर करेगा तो president करेगा, and fresh election will happen. I hope this is clear. And when it is said that the last sitting of the house and the first sitting of the next, उसके बीच में 6 महीने से ज्यादा का डिफरेंस नहीं होना चाहिए. दैट इज नॉट अबाउट द सेशन. सो लास्ट सिटिंग से आप काउंट करोगे जिस दिन अर्जन किया है स्पीकर ने, अर्जन साइनेड आई. ये भी अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्लियर रखना. मोर देन 6 मंथ का जो गैप लिखा हुआ है ना आर्टिकल में, दैट इज फ्रॉम द लास्ट सिटिंग ऑफ द हाउस. माइंड इट. सी, sessions of the parliament, prorogation and dissolution. The president shall, read it very very carefully. This is where UPSC asks and keep the trap. And we are keep harping current affair. Nothing. Read the basics clear. And I can promise you we will be through. Out of 18 questions, 14-15 questions are these only. So the president shall from time to time summon each house of the parliament to meet at such time and place as he thinks fit, president. But 6 months shall not intervene between the last sitting of one session and date appointed for the first sitting in the next session. So last sitting and the first sitting. So this you must keep clear. Prorogue president करेगा, dissolve भी president करेगा, adjournment can be done by speaker to end the sitting. ठीक है. Now see, this is schedule 10. वो भी समझ लो कि स्पीकर अगर डिफेक्शन कर रहा है तो who will disqualify. See, decision on questions as to disqualification on the ground of defection. So member of the house become disqualified on the question. Questions shall be referred for the decision of the chairman, as the case may be speaker. His decision shall be final. Provided where the question has arisen is as to whether the chairman or a speaker of the house is subject to such disqualification. Now read this. The question shall be referred. अब कौन decide करेगा? Question shall be referred for the decision of such member of the house. Member of the house will decide. Read. The member of the house will decide. हाउस से हम कोई भी मेंबर उठा लेंगे. दैट विल डिसाइड. एंड हु विल डिसाइड? कौन सा मेंबर? एज द हाउस में इलेक्ट इन दिस बिहाफ एंड हिज डिसीजन शैल बी फाइनल. सो हाउस में इतने सारे लोग हैं, एक मोशन आएगा. दैट मोशन, that who will be the member who will decide for the disqualification of the speaker or the chairman as the case may be. So house उस पे वोट करेगा उन members पे जिस member को house decide कर लेगा. That member will become the suitable person to decide whether a speaker or chairman, say presiding officer, is subject to disqualification due to defection. तो कौन decide करेगा? Now it is clear. It is there in the schedule. Next, disqualification as membership. अगर आपने कोई ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट होल्ड कर रखा है तो आप डिस्क्वालीफाई हो जाओगे. अनसाउंड माइंड एंड दिस. सी, डिसीजन ऑन द क्वेश्चन ऑफ डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ द मेंबर कौन डिसाइड करेगा अगर डिस्क्वालीफाई हो रहा है मेंबर. सो अगर ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट की बात हो रही है तो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया की रिकमेंडेशन पर प्रेसिडेंट डिसाइड करेगा. और अगर 10th शेड्यूल की बात हो रही है तो स्पीकर डिसाइड करेगा. ठीक है. So now see this. Article 102, disqualification of members for membership. So it is written, okay, disqualification on the ground of office of profit, unsound mind, undischarged solvent, not citizen of India, disqualified, so disqual किसी act से disqualify हो जाए, all these provisions are there. The 103 says, yes, the 103 says, uh, if any question arises uh, as to whether the member of either house of the parliament subject to disqualification mentioned in 102, yes, read this. Before giving any decision, the decision of the president and his decision is final. तो प्रेसिडेंट बताएगा कि क्या करना है अगर 102 आर्टिकल के क्लॉज 1 से हो रहा है. सो 102 आर्टिकल का क्लॉज 1 ये है. क्लॉज 1 में इतनी सारी चीजें हैं, उसमें से एक है ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट वाला. सो ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट की वजह से कौन डिसाइड करेगा? प्रेसिडेंट. एंड इट अगेन सेज, बिफोर गिविंग द डिसीजन द प्रेसिडेंट शैल ऑब्टेन ओपिनियन ऑफ द इलेक्शन कमीशन एंड शैल एक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू सच ओपिनियन. तो सेल लिखा है, मीन्स इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया जो बोलेगा प्रेसिडेंट को विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ऑल दिस अनसाउंड माइंड, अनडिस्चार्ज सॉल्वेंट, ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट सिटीजन, इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया का जो ओपिनियन है दैट इज बाइंडिंग. तो शैल एक्ट. ठीक है, क्लियर? आई होप नाउ इट इज वेरी वेरी क्लियर. नेक्स्ट, ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट, राइट टू प्रॉपर्टी. ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट इज डन, राइट टू प्रॉपर्टी. It is a constitutional right. Yes, it is a constitutional right mentioned in article part 3 of the Constitution of India. No, it is not mentioned in part 3. It is mentioned under part 12, finance, property, contract and suit. So that is called uh, devil's advocate. Means either this is correct or this is correct. 1 and 4 together cannot be correct. So first is wrong. अब आप देखो, जब फर्स्ट एंड फोर इज रॉन्ग देन फर्स्ट तो बचा ही नहीं, मीन्स फर्स्ट इज रॉन्ग. अब इनमें से ही ऑप्शन है ना. सो योर ऑप्शन 4 इज करेक्ट, देन सी इज आल्सो गॉन. नाउ 3 एंड 2 एक भी पता है, यू आर डन. इट इज अ फंडामेंटल राइट. नो, अगर होता तो पार्ट 3 में लिखा होता. इट इज नॉट अ फंडामेंटल राइट. इट इज अवेलेबल टू ऑल पीपल इन इंडिया. यस, इट इज अवेलेबल. आई थिंक द स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग. इज क्रिएटेड. या नो नो, करेक्ट करेक्ट. ठीक है, बी इज करेक्ट. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. So this is wrong. Constitutional right है but part 3 में नहीं लिखा है. 3 and 4 is correct. Read this. Constitutional part. This is part 12. Finance, property, contract and suit. Article 3001, 301, 300A. 300A is part of part 12. Finance, property, contract and suit. It says, persons not to be deprived of property save authority of law. No person. Person is word is it, not citizen. This is asked by UPSC a year back, a few year back. Means I think in 2023 or 2024. I think 2024. So 44th amendment से ये 300A को जोड़ा गया था. So right to property, and this is for persons or people, not only citizens. This is not a fundamental right, but it is a constitutional right. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखा है. ठीक. सो दिस इज डन. नाउ लेट अस मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अभी रिमूवल ऑफ द चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर की बात हुई है कि कैसे रिमूव करना है, चल रहा है उसका. ठीक है, तो देखते हैं क्या होता है इसमें. सो चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर रिमूव्ड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. यस. और रिमूव्ड लाइक ग्राउंड्स ऑफ अ जज ऑफ हाई कोर्ट ऑफ एनी स्टेट इन इंडिया. यस, करेक्ट. और रिमूवल is can be moved in Lok Sabha only? No, can be moved in either house of the parliament. Motion for the removal must be passed in both the houses by two-third majority of total members. Two-third majority of total members of the house. No, टोटल मेंबरशिप ऑफ द हाउस का जो अगर 2/3 मेजोरिटी है, दैट इज ओनली फॉर द प्रेसिडेंट्स रिमूवल. दिस इज द हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ चेक. ठीक है, तो टोटल मेंबर का नहीं है, 2/3 ऑफ द प्रेजेंट एंड वोटिंग का है, प्लस हाफ ऑफ द, प्लस मेजोरिटी जिसको बोलते हैं, हाफ ऑफ द मेंबरशिप, हाफ प्लस वन. ठीक है, 50% प्लस वन. So this is the case. So your fourth is wrong. Answer is 1 and 2. Let us read the relevant uh, provisions. See, removal किससे हो रहा है? You just see. Yeah. Chief Election Commissioner shall not be removed from his office except like manner on the ground mentioned. Ground as Judge of the Supreme Court, Constitution of the Service. ठीक है, तो Judge of the Supreme Court की बात हो रही है. बट ऑप्शन में तो लिखा है सर हाई कोर्ट, तो गलत हो गया ये. नहीं, गलत नहीं हुआ, बिकॉज सी ये कह रहा है ईसीआई विल बी रिमूव्ड बेस्ड ऑन, जैसे सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जज रिमूव होता है. सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जज कैसे रिमूव होता है? दैट इज रिटन इन 124 कि प्रेसिडेंट उसे रिमूव करेगा, बट 2/3 मेजोरिटी से कम नहीं होना चाहिए, एंड मेंबर्स प्रेजेंट एंड वोटिंग. उसके बाद प्रूव्ड मिसबिहेवियर एंड इनकैपेसिटी. ठीक है, so this is the case, and this majority of the total membership means ये 50% plus 1 and 2/3 of present and voting. ये प्रेसिडेंट, ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज के लिए है. बट आर्टिकल 217 अगेन सेज कि भैया जज ऑफ द हाई कोर्ट कैसे रिमूव होगा? जज ऑफ द हाई कोर्ट मे बी रिमूव फ्रॉम हिज ऑफिस प्रेसिडेंट, उसी तरीके से जैसे 124(4) में लिखा है. ठीक है, जैसे 124(4) में लिखा है. So my point is, it is absolutely same. जो ग्राउंड हाई कोर्ट के जज का है वही सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज का है, वही सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज का है वही ईसीआई का है. So there is absolutely no difference. So that's why this statement is correct. ये हाई कोर्ट के जज का होगा. Now I think there is no doubt. Can be removed in either, can be moved, motion of removal in any house of the parliament. So this is the case, and let us move to the next question, and this is the last question of the day. Oath of office and oath of secrecy. Oath of all the bearers of the constitutional office are mentioned in schedule 3. 9. See, this is the oath of president of India, constitutional office है. Oath or affirmation of the president, this is mentioned in article 60, not in the schedule 3. ठीक है. Now, judges of the Supreme Court take oath to protect the Constitution of India. Oath to protect the Constitution of India. इनकी रही है जज की oath. Let us see where it is. Just a minute. Yeah. Oath or affirmation made by the judges of the High Court or even the Supreme Court. Judges की ही oath है. See, it says solemnly affirm true faith, allegiance, constitution established by law, sovereignty, integrity, duly faithfully, best of ability, perform judgment, perform affection, ill will, कुछ नहीं होगा, favor नहीं करेंगे, ये सब नहीं करेंगे. ठीक है. Now you see and read the oath and affirmation of the President of India, that I will faithfully execute the office solemnly affirm of President, that best of my ability preserve, protect and defend the Constitution. So this is the only oath ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया जहां पर वो बोलते हैं कि हम प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे, प्रिजर्व करेंगे, डिफेंड करेंगे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया की, एंड लॉज कोई भी, एंड डिवोट माई सेल्फ टू द सर्विस एंड वेलबींग ऑफ द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया. सो इट इज इन द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, नॉट इन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज. सो दिस इज रॉन्ग. ओनली मिनिस्टर्स टेक टू ओथ्स, ओथ ऑफ ऑफिस एंड ओथ ऑफ सीक्रेसी. यस, करेक्ट. सी, शेड्यूल 3 आप पढ़ोगे, शेड्यूल 3 आप पढ़ोगे. इन शेड्यूल 3 यू विल गेट दैट मिनिस्टर के केस में, yeah, you read this one, form of oath of office of the minister and this oath of secrecy. सो केवल मिनिस्टर के केस में दो अलग अलग ओथ हैं, ओथ ऑफ ऑफिस एंड ओथ ऑफ सीक्रेसी। बाकी सबके में ओथ ऑफ ऑफिस होता है, बिकॉज दे आर एग्जीक्यूटिव, दे विल मेंटेन दैट। So, oath of for the candidate contesting election for the state assembly is mentioned in the Constitution of India. There are multiple candidates. See, party A, party 2, party 3, सबके कैंडिडेट हैं। उनको एक कंटेस्ट करना है इलेक्शन फॉर द स्टेट असेंबली, लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली। तो क्या ये कैंडिडेट भी ओथ लेते हैं? यस, दे टेक द ओथ बिफोर रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर, मींस से इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया का रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर, उसके सामने ये ओथ लेते हैं। क्या उनकी ओथ लिखी है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया में? यस, इट इज देयर। रीड दिस। फॉर्म ऑफ ओथ और अफर्मेशन टू बी मेड बाय द कैंडिडेट फॉर द इलेक्शन टू द पार्लियामेंट। ऐसे ही पार्लियामेंट का है, वैसे ही उसका भी है, से स्टेट असेंबली का भी है। ठीक है, दोनों का है, दैट इज मेंशन इन शेड्यूल 3 सो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। सो वो कैंडिडेट भी ओथ लेता है। सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज also correct. So first is all the office bearer, not correct. Judges take oath, no. 3 and 4 is the correct answer. Answer is C. So this is all from my side. Thank you to all of you. If you have any doubt, please ask. Do refer to the Constitution of India. Keep the copy of the Constitution handy. आप उसको रखो और उसके थ्रू ये आर्टिकल्स को मार्क कर लो. This will help you in the revision. Okay, then thank you. See you in the next set of 20 questions in the next Saturday.